Janabai was born in Maharashtra's Gangakhet village into the marginalized Matam community in the 13th century. By the age of 8, she lost both her parents and became a maid in the household of Damashetty and Gunai in Pandharpur, parents of the Varkari saint Sant Namdev. Janabai, who was a few years older than Namdev, was not only devoted to him but shared his deep devotion for Lord Vithala.
Some inner voice tells me that in order to attain Sri Vithala, I must serve his devotees earnestly. My only aim henceforth is to serve and please Namdev.
With this firm belief, Janabai performed selfless service at Namdev's house. She performed every possible household chore, preparing food, cleaning utensils, keeping the house clean by brooming and mopping, grinding grains, filling pots of water for the worship of Vithala, and washing clothes. But she would constantly chant Vithala's name even when thus engaged.
Dalita, Kamandita, Tuze Gaina Nanta. Dalita, Kamandita, Tuze Gaina Nanta. Navi Sambe Shanabhari, Navi Sambe Shanabhari, Tuze naam gamurari, Navi Sambe Shanabhari, Tuze naam gamurari, Nitya Hey Vithala, my hands cease to work and my eyes fill with tears at the very thought of you, at the very sound of your name. I cannot express in words my yearning for you, O Vithala.
None can ever bind the Supreme except his true devotees, around whom he always hovers and rushes to their rescue whenever needed. This was exactly what Janabai experienced so often.
lost in Jani's devotion. How you sweep all the garbage that Jani piles up and throw away. For Jani's sake, you are doing all these lowly works. How can I ever repay your debt, Vitala?
Once, an altercation took place between Janabai and a village woman, each claiming a pile of cow dung cake to be hers.
Jenny, these cow dung cakes are mine. How can you claim them to be yours? Can you prove that this is yours?
Well then, take these cakes and place them near your ear. You will hear them chant, Vitala, Vitala.
While I don't believe what you say, nevertheless, let me check.
Vitala, Vitala, Vitala.
Janabai, you are indeed a blessed one. I bow in reverence to you. Here, take your cake.
Whenever free from work, Janabai would go to the temple and longingly keep looking at the idol of Vitala. Out of pure joy and ecstasy, she would dance before the deity, even as copious tears would stream down her cheeks. As much as she would chant the Lord's name without mistakes, she would not err in any of the services she provided in Namdev's family.
She'll give something else.
But things turned a little different one Ekadashi day. As would always happen, there was all-night kirtan on the day in front of Namdev's house. Devotees had gathered to sing, dance and perform musical instruments. Janabai, after finishing all her chores, stood in a corner enjoying the proceedings. She had become so immersed in the event that she was late for all her routine services the following morning.
Oh dear, lost in the events of the Ekadashi, I did not realize the passing of time. I have clothes to be washed, utensils to be cleaned, and water to be filled for your worship. How am I going to complete this, Vitala?
Anxious to make up for lost time, Janabai rushed to the Chandrabhaga river with a pile of clothes that had to be washed. As she worried at all the chores she had to do, an old lady appeared before her.
काय झालं? तू काय काळजीत दिसते?
I was so immersed in the Ekadashi Kirtans that I forgot that I had to do so much work. I am late rendering services at my master's house. I have clothes to wash, utensils to clean, and water to be filled for his worship.
I will wash these clothes for you. You go back to your master's house and finish the rest of the chores.
But why would you wash these clothes?
Because only I know how to get the dirt off them the right way. And the clothes that I wash can never get dirty again.
I do not know what you say, but I have to rush and I have so much to do.
Leaving the clothes on the riverbank, Janabai left. When she returned after completing all the housework, she was amazed to see all the clothes washed and neatly piled.
How can I ever thank you for this? You have washed all the clothes, dried them and folded them so neatly. I am not even acquainted with you, and yet I have never met someone as generous as you. I'm sure it is my Vitala who has sent you here to help me. I'm indeed very grateful to you.
मी गरज तुझी आहे. Do we need to thank the people we love? Whenever you need me, just remember me. And when you remember me, I will be near you to serve you.
Janabai did not for a moment think that the old lady was Lord Vitala himself. Yet the old lady's smile increased the happiness Janabai felt in her heart. A joyous Janabai was once again lost in thoughts. Meanwhile, the old lady disappeared.
I wonder who she is and where she is from. Let me ask this kindly soul who she is.
As Janabai turned to ask these questions, there was no sign of the old lady.
How I would long to see her. What a bewitching smile she has. But she was not so young as to have disappeared from my sight so quickly. I wonder who she is. My eyes cannot see her as far as I can see. Maybe I will meet her again another day.
Janabai reached the house with all the clothes neatly folded, but her heart, mind were restless since she kept wondering who the kindly old lady could be. She related the events to Namdev.
Don't you realize she was none other than Lord Vittala himself? Jani, you are indeed blessed to have the Lord shower his blessings upon you. He loves you so much that he washed these clothes for you.
Vittala, you have deceived me. Oh Vittala, though I keep chanting your name, how did I fail to recognize you? And you have gone through so much trouble washing all these clothes for me.
One night, fierce winds blew away the roof of Namdev's house when he was fast asleep. Rains began to lash mercilessly.
Let my Nama rest well. I will send my Sudarshana Chakra to hover over his house so that not a drop of water enters and disturbs the family's sleep.
Once the rain stopped, Vittala rebuilt Namdev's house. When Namdev suddenly woke up in the wee hours of the morning, he saw Vittala's yellow robe shining outside his home. Vittala himself stood there, smiling upon his dear devotee. Overcome by emotion, Namdev fell at the Lord's feet.
Vittala, you are here at my humble abode. What are you doing here when daylight is just about to break?
If I had not come in time and rebuilt your home following the severe storm, Nama, your children would have all got wet and felt cold. Would Gurmai then not have spoken harshly and been angry with your Vittala?
Vittala, our eternal Savior.
Janabai, who witnessed this scene, quickly rushed to Vittala. Seeing he had become wet, she rubbed him down with a dry cloth.
Vittala, let me serve you a humble meal.
Yes, Nama too must be hungry. Let us all with your family partake of your meal.
As the family, along with Vittala, began eating, Janabai was saddened. She felt Vittala had no compassion for her and did not ask her to join them to have the meal.
Your mother and son are close to you, but I am here at the doorstep. Is it because I am of lowly birth? I too crave your love and attention, Vittala. When will your merciful gaze be upon me? When will you accept me as your Dasi?
No sooner had this thought crossed Janabai's mind, Vittala immediately stopped eating.
I am not enjoying the food today, Nama, and I don't know why.
Vittala, you do not enjoy the food because Jani is outside and she is aggrieved.
By now, everyone else also stopped eating. Gunai gave to Janabai the plate that had remnants of food that Vittala had begun eating. A happy Janabai took it to her hut to savor what her Vittala had eaten. As daylight fully broke out, Vittala visited Janabai in her hut.
Jani, it is now time to grind the grains. I've cleaned the mill and you can begin your work. Place your hands on it and sing your mesmerizing abas.
As you wish, my lord.
As Janabai began singing, Vittala himself did the grinding and fill the basket with flour. It is claimed that this mill is still there in Pandharpur, and one can touch and see this when we visit Gopalpur temple.
Jenny, it is now time for me to go to the temple, as people will come to see me.
As Vittala hurried out of Janabai's hut, he left his own shawl and necklace behind. He draped Janabai's shawl over himself. The priest who opened the temple door was surprised to see a different shawl adorning the Lord. A devotee who was present there exclaimed,
That is Janabai's shawl. How come the Lord is draped in it?
I'm clueless about it. Let me remove the shawl now. The Lord's necklace is missing.
A crowd had collected at the Sanctum Sanctorum by this time, and people accused Janabai of having robbed the God's jewels.
Janabai must have stolen it. And what audacity she has to drape the Lord in her cheap used shawl? In the guise of a devotee, she is truly after the Lord's ornaments. She is not to be believed. I will go and search her heart for the missing jewel.
The devotee rushed to Janabai's hut. To everyone's utter shock, he returned with the Lord's shawl and necklace. By then, the king and his attendants too arrived at the temple.
Janabai, did you steal this piece of jewelry?
What need have I for such trivials? When Vittala is my wealth, my life. When Vittala, the only gem I covet, is mine, what need have I to steal jewels?
No, you will have to say.
Then how is it that these jewels were found in your hut? Take a note that you have not stolen them. I solemnly promise that I have not taken the jewels, and I do not know how they found their way to my hut.
But no one believed Janabai.
Since Janabai is not able to prove her innocence, I hereby sentence her to be punished. Take her to the banks of Chitra Mala river and tie her up.
Janabai remained unperturbed. She simply began singing to her dear Vittala. To everyone's amazement, as she kept chanting his name, the rope that tied her loosened and fell of itself. The king and all those present apologized to her and begged her pardon. Several accounts of Janabai expressed the sense of emptiness, dejection, and rejection that plagued her, and how she yearned merger with her beloved Vittala. One day, as Jani was singing an abhang, Vittala, who was in the sanctum of the temple, began to write it down. Gyaneshwar, who entered the temple and heard Janabai's mellifluous song, also noticed Vitala hiding something.
Vitala, what is it that you're hiding?
I was writing down the poem Johnny just composed.
But why would you do that? After all, isn't she singing in your praise?
So it is, Ganeshwar. But just see the beauty of the verses, so full of love. I'm happy to write them down for people to read them. I will bless anyone who reads these verses, and they shall not suffer any calamities in their family life.
On hearing Vitala's words, Janabai was overcome with intense emotion. Tears streaming down her eyes, she fell at Vitala's feet.
Oh Diva, who but you alone can bestow such grace and benevolence upon this humble Dasi?
Though Janabai had no formal schooling, she composed at least 300 abhangs, verses of the highest quality in which she views her Vitala not only as her God, but as a prisoner, a child, a brat whom she curses, as her mother, father, a fellow serving maid, and ultimately as herself. If Janabai's love for Vitala was legendary, so was her attachment and dedication to Namdev. It is believed that on the same day that Namdev attained Samadhi while doing Kirtan, Janabai herself merged into Vitala.